Welcome back. This is the Friday edition of the nation's most favorite breakfast show, Good Morning Namibia. Now, the Tukwata Youth Organization, founded in 2022, has become a leading advocate for youth wellness and empowerment in Namibia, encouraging young people to take ownership of their futures through education, leadership, and very importantly, personal development. Following the release of the recent national examination results, the organization commended the Ministry of Education, teachers and learners for their dedication and their hard work. This morning we're delighted to be joined in studio by none other than Madam Marchelle Meyer Seibes, Secretary for Education, Arts and Culture of the organization. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to Good Morning Namibia.
Good morning, Denver. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing on this gift of a Friday?
I am well, despite the nerves. I'm pretty well, thank you.
Very happy to hear that you're well and very happy to have you.
Thank you.
First things first, please tell us a bit more about the Tukwata Youth Organization.
All right. I am newly appointed in the organization and I serve as the Secretary for Education, Arts and Culture. The Tukwata Youth Organization is a beautiful opportunity for me, really, in terms of my career path and where I'm headed, and the fact that it is an organization established by the youth for the youth to lead, inspire, and to help our Namibian youth grow.
This past week saw the release of the 2025 both ordinary level and advanced subsidiary level results. How was this milestone received by your organization?
By the organization, we were pleased with the results, very optimistic, but noting that there's always room for improvement when it comes to our results. And I believe that with collaboration, we can work towards the 2026 academic year to make it even perfect in comparison to 2024 and the 2025 results.
For those who may be discouraged, for those who may feel despondent following the results release, what message do you have as an organization have for them?
Our message is clear and simple. Your results do not define your future. And setbacks can be seen as opportunities for growth, introspection, and understanding that you can learn from the mistakes that you've made in your 2025 academic year. And moving forward in the 2026 academic year, you have the chance to redo it again, which is in line with what our Honorable Minister of Education said, that most of us are products of second chances, third, even fourth chances. So it's not the end of the world. It's okay to feel discouraged in that moment. But as an organization, we are committed to standing in the gap for you this year and make sure that we meet you halfway to ensure that you have a smooth-paced academic year.
Smooth-paced academic year, yeah. From the work that you do on a grassroots level, which do you believe are the key challenges that young people are going through? Yes,
I have over 4 years experience of teaching, and being in that moment on the ground level, you witness so many factors at play. And one thing that stood out for me is the fact that most of our learners suffer from self-confidence issues. And it is a direct contribution to our society, our communities, even our homes. And that can prove as a challenge when it comes to learners performing in their academics. And also there is a lack of proper career guidance, if we're being honest. Yes, our tertiary institutions do have career guidance expos, but that's just a one-time thing that happens in the year. What they really need is a consistent guidance to ensure that they know where they're headed and to encourage them to set long-term goals. And in the same vein, also make sure they understand that there isn't just one way to reach your long-term goals. There are other pathways that you can explore. Incorporating that failure is part of life, but it is not the end for you.
Based on those challenges that you just flagged, in what ways are you supporting and motivating learners?
Right now, as I'm newly appointed in the organization, it is my aim and the organization's aim to ensure that we really focus on mentorship, effective career guidance, and basically bringing the knowledge to our newly grade 11s and 12s, making sure that they are equipped with what they need in order to progress. Because there's a lot of uncertainty also when it comes to careers and which path to choose, and so many industries. It is normal for you to feel overwhelmed and uncertain about what lies ahead. So we are striving to have mentorship, motivational talks, career guidance that comes at a continuous pace for these learners, and also to introduce them to the industry people, like I said, to bridge the gap and really make sure that we give them what they need to progress. Now we have the free subsidized tertiary model also. That is something that they have to understand in terms of moving forward. What is the criteria? What do I need? Where do I need to work on? We need to educate them on the critical sectors. Namibia needs trained, skilled people in certain industries like the agriculture, the renewable energy. We are constantly hearing about the green hydrogen and the oil and gas industry. What does it mean for these young people? And we need to also communicate in a language they can decipher, because we have the tendency of throwing around very expensive English words that they can't always understand. So we need to meet them where they are, give them what they need, and make sure they understand and that they're equipped. So moving forward, it is easier for them to navigate when it comes to their career and who they are as a person, their capabilities, their potential, and bringing their potential to life.
Your passion is undisputed and almost tangible. Thank you very much for that demonstration. Speak to us about the alternatives to the academic route that we are accustomed to.
All right. Right now, we have the growing industry of the TVET education. I believe that most of our parents maybe do not understand what technical and vocational education is, and there's a lot of uncertainties and disparities as well. So that is a route that we are definitely going to advocate for in support of Honorable Sanet Steenkamp, because she did mention that we need to move in the direction of TVET education and entrepreneurship. Now we are lucky to have the National Youth Fund that can back you up when you decide to go the entrepreneurship route. So it isn't just always academics. Yes, academics is important, but we also need to understand that not all our learners are very academically inclined. So as the teacher at the grassroots level, I believe you spend so much time with these learners, you need to get to know them. You need to know what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, so that you can help steer them in the direction that you see where they are most keen to be. That is what I essentially did when I was teaching. You need to really get to know your learners. They become your babies. So you literally carry them in your hand. You are steering them, you are nurturing them, and you are pouring into them. So whatever you pour into them, it needs to bear fruit that they can eat from eventually. So these are the alternative avenues that we want to advocate for and bring awareness on, so that our students are aware. Yes, you might have learning difficulties, but there are always other alternatives that you can explore. It's not the end of your journey, it's just the start of it.
At the same time, I can be academically inclined but still love plumbing.
Yes.
And venturing into plumbing could help me become an employer, as opposed to wanting to seek employment, and also enhance entrepreneurship that you just mentioned.
Yes, definitely.
Apart from mentorship that you also touched on earlier, why is psychosocial support so important?
It is very important. It plays a vital role in the character development of our learners. When you look at school level, you need the support of the parents, you need the support of the community, and you need the support of the school. The school being the teachers, the management, the school board, all these stakeholders. Parents play the part of bringing forth emotional support. Now, what I've seen and what I've heard from many of our learners is our parents do not provide that to our learners, especially when it comes to results. The world out there is already a battlefield. So when you are faced with academic challenges, you have this fear, I can't go to my mom, I can't go to my dad, I can't go to my uncle and tell them I didn't make it, I didn't get the grades I hoped for, because you know you will get a scolding and your parents will tell everyone and everyone will be on your case.
Why are we like that though?
I also wonder why, because I feel it's very important to extend grace. And some of our parents maybe do not understand because they didn't finish their academic journey. Maybe some of them stopped at a certain grade. Like I know my grandparents didn't complete their education, and which also made it probably very hard for them to sort of try and relate to what is actually going on. But that is also something that we as an organization need to focus on, educating our parents to understand that you have to be your safe space for your child, because nobody else is out there for them. So that child can know, okay, I didn't make it, but mom has my back and she'll be my pillar and she'll be my motivation that I'm still in the game. I still have a fighting chance. I can make it, and she will be there to walk with me every step of the way. And some of us didn't have that growing up. So I feel like we have to be that for the next child to ensure that they contribute effectively to the nation's development as well.
That is the life-saving gospel, as a
Yes.
matter of fact. As we wrap up our conversation this morning, what message do you have for our young people, particularly those who may find themselves between a rock and a hard place, particularly those who may face devastation at this very moment?
It's okay. We all fail. We all have setbacks, and it's really not the end. It is just, like I said, an opportunity for you to reflect, to grow, and most importantly, to not suffer in silence. Reach out. We as an organization, we are there. You can reach out to me. I'm everywhere online. If you don't know how to spell my name, use my surname, whichever one. As long as you reach out and understand that this is a time for you to go back to the drawing board. Look at what you did last year and try and work on your weaknesses. As much as we need to focus on our strengths, we also need to perfect our weaknesses at some point. And we all fail. We all have second chances. We all have third and fourth chances. You do not need to look down on yourself. Give yourself grace and extend grace to the next.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for those incredible insights, and may the work that you continue to do be blessed.
Thank you so much.